So I've got a question here. Why did Doug vote you off instead of ATM last year at Woodstock? Why? Let's have a look at it. Let's break it down. So the question is, people were surprised. They're going, hang on, ATM, he's not even a vegan. He sort of writes off vegans. You know, he sells deer antler. He was taking deer antler, and he did a video after one of the Woodstock Fruit Festivals, 2013 or 2012 or whatever, where he was eating bacon and eggs for his brain. Someone did a soundbite. Got to capture that on the screen the other day. So people said, well, how come Dan's not even a vegan? Writes off fruit most of the time, talks about breatharianism, but they got rid of you and Freely as pioneers at Woodstock Fruit Festival. How is that? And it's like, well, Dan never spoke out about fasting at the fruit festival. Dan's an advocate of fasting, but me, myself, and Freely, we spoke out about it. So Doug saw us as a financial threat. We're basically telling people, don't fucking fast, really, man. Like, it's people die and shit and get fucked up. So we didn't know the full story back 2013, 2012. But when people ask us in our talks, what do you think about fasting? We're like, just live the lifestyle, man. Live the lifestyle. We didn't know about the deaths and stuff like that. The real deal situation we know now with the court cases and situation with Leah and everyone and stuff like that. So we didn't know back then. Now we know. And if we were at the festival, we'd just be like, this is the facts. So Doug knew that was coming. So got rid of us early, and he knew that we'd bail out once they treated us like that. And we did. So it was basically just financial, because Doug is on the board of governors. Doug's on the board of governors last year, as we were. But basically someone said it's very questionable that Doug Graham is on the board of governors, or board of directors, sorry, for Woodstock Fruit Festival, and is also being paid very handsomely. This is a huge conflict of interest. Having someone vote on paying themselves in a non-profit organisation, if that's what it is. There may be some big ethical lapses in this festival management. I agree, because Doug is getting paid so much money to be there. And he kept that pretty secret, but Mike Arnstein personally told me. Now, I've said some figures in the past. People know what they've said. I would like Mike Arnstein. I've talked to Mike in person. We get along all right. I even said, Mike, you should talk in public. You say that those figures were wrong. Well, how much was it? How much was it? Put it in public. If Woodstock Fruit Festival is a non-profit event, then let's put all the fucking numbers up, man. Let's make it transparent. Say Drew Ryder's a liar. That's not true. Well, how much was he paid? That's like saying this banana's, 8 inches or whatever, and I'll say it's a 9-inch banana, and so it's, oh, he's a liar, that wasn't a 9-inch banana, he's lying. Okay, how long was the fucking banana, man? It's 8 inches. Was it 70 grand or 65? Was it 20 for the first year or 19? Be objective. And then you call people a liar, that's fair enough, but you got to say the real truth. You can't just say half truth. So I called Mike on that one, but Mike won't answer that one because the truth will be told there. And that's fine. It's Mike's event. He can do what he wants. He puts a lot of money in it, and basically Doug and everyone take him for a ride. But Mike's making some bad choices here in saying that, not being transparent. We want transparency, and I call for Mike Arnstein, founder of Woodstock Fruit Festival, to actually put out there how much everyone was fucking paid and what they did. And Doug was fucking paid so much money. And I was thinking, I was a bit disgruntled. I was thinking, if Mike's losing money, Doug doesn't even bring any fucking value to the event, really. He spends most of the time in his room. I've heard this year, though, Doug is more approachable. I've heard Christina's more approachable. I've heard there's more ripe bananas on hand. So that's awesome. People are learning from their past behaviour, mistakes. But if we didn't stand up and say, hey, people are driving to McDonald's at the Woodstock Fruit Festival to eat Big Macs, or people are bringing rice cookers to the Woodstock Fruit Festival to get enough carbs, none of this would have happened. So you got to speak up. You got to speak out for things to improve. So this is another speak out video. I would like John Kohler, though. John Kohler did a video last year, a little passive-aggressive video where he interviewed everyone, or the pioneers, the speakers last year, about their thoughts on adding refined sugar to fruit smoothies or whatever. And me and Freddie said, yeah, it's a good idea. Everyone else said, oh, that's a bad idea, blah, blah, blah. I would like John Kohler to do another little passive-aggressive video, but this year do it about the Woodstock Fruit Festival pioneer reactions to Doug Graham's malpractice at his fasting retreat. People are calling it the den of death in Costa Rica. I'd like John Kohler, this is my vote, my allocation for John Kohler, my personal request to John Kohler, Okraw, to do a video asking all the pioneers their thoughts and opinions on Doug's malpractice at his fasting retreat. And if you don't want to make it that sort of honest, you can say, what do you think of a fasting retreat that is 5 hours away from a hospital and conducts no blood tests and no medical tests prior, during, or after the fast? Ask those sort of questions, John. Do you have the balls to ask that? You know you don't. Because you're a little passive-aggressive guy that gets jealous of anyone who gets more attention than they do. And that's fine, but I'm just being honest with you. Don't pretend to be the nice guy when you're not. You're just another cutthroat business person, and any competition, you'll try and cut them down, any choice, any chance. And that's fine, that's fair enough. Doesn't make you a bad person, but at least own it. Don't pretend you're something that you're not. So that's my little rant and rave there. Don't hate anyone, but again, just another video of transparency, a video of call to action, because there's too many people in the raw food movement that act all nicey, but they're corporate as fuck, legal as fuck, and they just cover over things to protect their financial interests. And that's fine. That's business, people. It's fucking business. So when you see a little picture of a sunshine and all that's a facade. Real deal, if something's ran as a business and you affect their bottom line dollar, see you later, alligator. And that's why we put on the Thai Fruit Festival. That's why I encourage raw food potlucks, fruit potlucks, because there's no money involved. You bring your food, you hang out, you talk, you share ideas, you train together. There's no money. There's no board of governors to like, hang on, this dude's undercutting me. Fuck him off. Get him out of here. Well, that's crazy, man. So we're trying to take the corporate level out of this movement. There's a place for corporate stuff for sure, but when it comes to events and stuff like this, we feel it becomes too professionally biased, too money driven. And when someone affects your income, you get all like snitchy and snatchy on them. So that's why we're putting on our event with no fees. We don't make any money from it. No one's paying stuff to attend. Doesn't matter how much your income is. You can come to the Thai Fruit Festival. The entry's free. The fucking locals earning $5 to $10 a day turn up, ride their bikes up the hills, and just come to the talks. It's all free. So that's my little rant and rave. Post your comments and questions down below. See you next video.